McKenzie Nelson is live from Reservoir Road in Rapid Valley with more.
I was out and about in Rapid City and the Rapid Valley area this morning checking out all of the flooding that occurred overnight while most of us at home were still sleeping. Here's some of the areas that were hit the hardest. Hey Jack, this weekend's summit is all about educating attendees on topics ranging from the legal rights same-sex couples have to becoming more politically effective at the State House. Keep it locked right here and I'll have more from the summit on the way.
McKenzie Nelson joins us live to explain how to protect yourself this tax season. McKenzie?
Hey Jack, tax fraud is a growing problem, and with budget cuts at the IRS, tax professionals say it's important to protect yourself. I'll tell you how coming up after the break.
Black Hills Fox reporter McKenzie Nelson joins us now live from Corral Drive Elementary, where the event is underway. McKenzie?
Thank you, Jack. Students and their families are lending a helping hand this evening, producing items to be donated to charitable organizations. Joining me now is co-chair of tonight's event, Barbara Carr. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome. Black Hills Fox reporter McKenzie Nelson is joining us live with more. Good evening, McKenzie.
Good evening, Tessa. Rita Nauman once owned the yarn shop in town, and every Christmas Eve for the past 5 years, she has taken time out of her holiday to put homemade scarves and hats on the presidential statues here in downtown Rapid City. You've seen it in Ferguson, Missouri and Baltimore, Maryland, the controversial use of lethal force taking over headlines and causing riots. But what goes through an officer's mind when they're put in a similar situation themselves is something I experienced during my training today. In one scenario, I pulled over a vehicle with 2 occupants inside after what people could say is a routine traffic stop. As I was getting out of my car to approach the driver in his vehicle, things went south. The passenger got out of the car and took off running while the driver got out and began aggressively yelling. Before I knew it, I was shot in the chest. Across the country, police officers have to make split-second decisions in many different situations every single day.
There is no one thing that's the same. Traffic stops are all different no matter who you encounter, and we do have to be thinking our feet. We try to depend on our training, through our experience, and work our way through it to see what's going on.
During scenario number 1, I had to draw my gun before even approaching the vehicle I had pulled over. Law enforcement at today's training session said I was correct to have drawn my weapon and fired shots as I was reacting to the threat in front of me.
We tell people, hey, you have to do what's reasonably necessary to get through that situation safely for them and for you.
My heart's pounding. They got out of the car and just started shooting at me, and one guy took off. Before I could even draw my gun, I think I was shot. So, yeah, a little jittery.
I've probably done 1,000 traffic stops, and every time I go up on one, my heart's beating. It beats a lot faster.
With people across the nation questioning the decision of lethal force, the Pennington County Sheriff's Office just wanted to show what little time you have to make a life-changing decision.
We just hope it would get back to the public on let's not judge until we get all the facts.
For Black Hills Fox, I'm McKenzie Nelson. Dubbed as the Rounds for Warriors, an epic golf adventure, it's an event dedicated to raising funds for Final Honors and Special Operations Warrior Foundation. Alan Wakefield, Bob Nickel, Joey Wiedenhammer, and John Weiss, 3 of which are veterans, outlined a strategy in hopes of making their idea come to life, which has become a nationwide success.
People just responded to us with an amazing open heart. We would call courses like here in Meadowbrook in Rapid City, South Dakota. This is what we're doing. We're doing it for veterans. And you know what the response was? What do you need? It just really means a lot to do this for them.
The Fab Four, who began their 25-day journey on May 24th in Hawaii, feel strongly about our veterans, their brothers and sisters, and wanted to raise awareness of veterans programs nationwide.
Everybody that is in the military now volunteered. They volunteered to serve their country for your protection. It's about time we started doing something for them.
Before ending their excursion across the country tomorrow, the guys hurried through a morning round of golf at Meadowbrook Golf Course in Rapid City before moving on to the next course in Sheridan, Wyoming. That's right, 36 holes in one day for 25 days straight. Just before today's round got going on the green, the day began with a ceremony.
What so proudly we hail at the
twilight's last gleaming.
2 Black Hills area veterans began the scramble with a ceremonial tee shot and were thrilled to tag along for a beautiful day out on the course.
Oh, it makes me feel great. This was a great honor. When Matt asked me if I wanted to do it, I was like, oh yes, definitely. These guys are doing good stuff, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Local veterans say they are thankful for the Rounds for Warriors, but it's the Rounds for Warriors that are thankful for all the veterans they meet along the way.
Charity has to come from the heart, and it has to. My reward is meeting the veterans and being able to do this.
If we can help one person, I mean, that makes a difference because that person may carry it on.
36 holes per day is a lot of golf, and with 4 men, competition is a given. But when I asked who the best golfer in the group is, the answer I received was not what I expected.
The veterans. The veterans are who we're doing it for. They're the best.
If you're looking to support the group, they say the green Andrew Jackson is their best friend.
Drop it into the box, drop it, go to our website. Our website is www.rounds4warriors.com, and just make a donation.
For Black Hills Fox, I'm McKenzie Nelson.
Well, I might not give the camera back.
All right.
How good of a trip is this doing it all for the veterans?
Hi, Dad!
The veterans of Hot Springs have spoken today, marching from the American Legion in Hot Springs to the VA Medical Center, carrying signs with statements like, "Keep the promise, stop the lies." Protesters say they will not stop until their voices have been heard.
Keep the promise, stop the lies! Keep the promise, stop the lies!
The veterans are being put at a disadvantage, we're being put in jeopardy, and it's time for the public to hear that. They should know the truth, and we want the VA to keep their promise to the veterans and stop the lies.
For more than 3 years now, there has been talk about closing the Hot Springs VA Medical Center and moving it to Rapid City. Protesters say the facility has been successful for 108 years now, leaving no reason to close or move it elsewhere.
We feel they have made up their mind, they have lied to us again, and they are not given due consideration to any of the other counter proposals that have been given to them by the Save VA Committee and other citizens.
Tune in tonight on Black Hills Fox News at 9, and I'll have more from the Keep the Promise rally, or check out the story on our website at blackhillsfox.com. And I'm McKenzie Nelson. The 1972 flood that hit the Black Hills is being remembered by many this week as we approach its anniversary once again. Summer is the time of year when the weather begins to change, and many homeowners begin to think about changing houses. If you're going to be selling a home this season, here's some advice on pricing from Money reporter Stacey Johnson in tonight's Money Talks. It was a special delivery along a very busy highway, all thanks to the help of some local firefighters. Visitors couldn't have asked for a better day to enjoy live music and entertainment at the 39th Annual West Boulevard Summer Festival. Let's take you out to the festival in its final day. Officials with the South Dakota Department of Transportation say flooding within city limits called for closure of a main road. Let's take you to Hill City for a closer look. Today's 4th annual Black Hills Memory Walk reminded people about the advancements made to prevent that from happening again. Black Hills Fox reporter Robert Grant has the story.